the dickens? Okay. Oh man, did I screw up somehow? Oh, one viewer, one thumbs up. Okay. Something must be going on with my tablet. Yeah, alright, hold on. Trying to get my tablet to work right, and nothing works right. Hello, everybody. Okay. Now it's working. Yay. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Mona. Excuse me. I have been having some throat issues, so tea is my friend, even though this cup is almost empty. Hello, Lisa. 18 people watching. Yay. So I normally do not talk about politics. But this is not really politics. This is about one person. He just happens to be the ex president. Mr. Trump is, according to all the information I've gathered, is now in prison. And I think that's crazy, but we all have our own personal opinion about Mr. Trump, not only as the president or ex president, but as a person. And looking at the past, just looking at the past issues that our country has had, I really think one, there should be a cutoff date. Now, that means Mr. Trump and President Biden would be too old to be to be in office. Um, so it's one of those things that I've always had an issue with. Is like, okay, Crafty Queen, your information is different than mine, but I'm not going to get into it. So since it's okay, so if he's being sentenced on the 11th of July, um, where do they have him locked up, or is he under watch and key with one of those leg monitor things? Um, okay, but the thing is with all the things that's happened in the past and currently, I definitely think there should be a cutoff date for anybody who is trying to be elected president, let alone a cutoff date for anybody who's been in Congress. Um, there's no cutoff date in Congress. Yet a president can do 4 years and then be reelected. It's strange. Um, but, well, I think he will cozy nest. But, you know, he in my mind, he would be a flight risk because he has money and can go anywhere in the world with that money, even to a country that basically doesn't do the expediting. But anyhow, let's step off the political, the situation with Trump because whether he's in prison or not, I don't really give a damn. I feel he is very guilty of fraud and possibly money laundering because you know how can he? All right, I'm gonna say this right now. Any more Trump for 24, which I don't give a damn about because his country is so fucked up. He can only get it worse. Um, this is your only warning. We're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about him being president. Um, but do 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 do. I don't care. Yep. Okay, we're not going to start getting into any politics because I'll just start. I won't even put you in timeout. That's how fed up I am. And I said it at the very beginning. I'm not talking about him being president. I'm just talking about his current situation. Um, well, they've, you know what? We're not gonna do this anymore because you're already getting disruptive, right? You want me to fact check? Fine, I'll fact check later. I don't give a shit. I don't. I brought it up as his legal situation, not him being in prison or anything like that. All I said was they've got proof that he is being in, he has fraud, basically. Um, I don't remember what it all was. It was on one of the news channels on right here on YouTube. So, um, yes, we are, and I didn't mean to bring it up as in some sort of presidential debate. I was just talking about what I read in the news. Everybody wants to call it fake news. It's fine. I don't. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch CNN. I watch independent news channels and independent news groups. I don't go for these ABC groups. Um, the house is actually coming along well, really well. We've got we've got a number of boxes packed up. Some of them aren't in the front room, which is where we're staging our packing, not what we want the packing of the moving company to do. Um, so right now it's like half of this room is packed, half of our bedroom is packed. I think the only thing that's out still that's not essentials is maybe some of the things on Jared's dresser and some of the things in the bottom cabinet of my bureau or whatever you want to call it. I but it's going. I mean, I think tomorrow is going to be a busy day because mom has unless mom changed reschedule. Mom has a 9:30 eye doctor's appointment. Then after the eye doctor's appointment, we have some time to basically come home, eat breakfast, and then go out to the new house to be with the inspectors. And it will be Jerry Ann's first showing or first viewing of the new house. She only saw pictures and the FaceTime that we did together, so she can look at the rooms. In fact, mom about the same time mom was talking to the realtor about putting down a bid. Jerry was also saying over the phone, put down an offer. So that's how all that got started, and we're still very happy. There is um, 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 there's still a debate between how big the rooms are, and so Friday I'm going to measure them, so Jerry can have an idea what how big certain rooms are. Because we're debating on one particular room, are we going to turn it into just a sitting room, or are we going to turn it into a craft room because it's got a lot of nice built-ins, or are we going to turn it into my apothecary? So, um, it's one of those like we are, there's a lot of checking and decision making before the final spiel. Um, so I am like today was one of those days where I wasn't feeling good. My body was hurting. I was having issues with my right side sciatica. My foot is a little like muscle tight, I guess you'd say. But that comes and goes. Actually, we're taking her wheelchair to see if how well the wheelchair can maneuver around the house. So if Jerry decides to do things other than being in her room, she can use her wheelchair or the rollator, her walking thingy. So yeah. Um, I'm trying to remember. No, she didn't go to the ENT. I don't know why she didn't, but yeah. Um, that's a good question, Crafting Queen. How is Mona's leg? Probably she's probably still doing PT, but yeah. Um, let's see, Jim. Are you sure that you can have a tiny home or trailer in the yard? Dad said you really need to make sure. Um, the realtor basically checked on that for us. She called city ordinance. Sorry, I had a fleck in my glasses, and said basically anything goes. As long as you can afford to hook it up and do it, anything goes. And I'm like, ooh, okay. So, but I think we before we do the final setting and whatnot for a tiny home or anything like that, we will talk to city ordinance because I don't want to start doing it and then have somebody go and go. We were on the under the impression that anything goes. If it's your property, do what you want with it. But no, Mona, I do want to check on what the city ordinance has to say. Um, I don't know if Jerry is here. She said she might be. Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah. So you understand what happens when your sciatica acts up and you're just like, my foot feels numb. Can't really move. I try to move it and it just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Um, Mom had carpal tunnel, so she knows what that's like. Crafting. Um, Sometimes it's because she's sick, and sometimes it's because she just didn't have enough sleep. There are other times I'm not fully sure. Um, I think sometimes she calls. She doesn't go because of how I'm feeling, and I know I can be a real grump and whatnot when I'm not feeling good. But it's kind of like one of those things. Like I wish she could um, motivate both of us to go, I know it's hard enough to motivate one, but to motivate two is a little difficult. Well, if the ENT was today, yeah. I don't remember Wednesday. Um, um, what time do you have? Oh, okay. Uh, well, if it was today, I was not. No, my body. I mean, my back was like, forget about it. I couldn't lift um, anything over coffee. Maybe 4 or 5 pounds. Um, because I mean, my sciatica was like really on fire today, and I don't know why, but it's just, you know, the new place is actually wood or gas. For the, I think it was the furnace or the water heater, one of the two. I know it has um, a gas fireplace, gas or wood fireplace. Um, and I mean, there's a lot to learn about this house because I've never dealt with um, most of the houses that I had that were electric, and some of the houses that I lived in that were gas were gas. So a gas wood a water heater is going to be something new. So it's going to be like, how does that operate? Type thing. Um, well, according to Jerry, it wasn't important because her ears or her ears or throat wasn't bugging her. So, you know, we both kind of felt that if it wasn't one of those things where it was like an issue, a constant issue, because if it was something that was a constant issue that she had to do every month instead of every 6 months or so, yeah, I would have mustered up enough energy to take her. But that's kind of in between me and Jared because it's one of those things where it's like, um, I can't force her to go to a doctor's appointment, and I can't force myself to um, help her get into a car when I'm having my own issues. Um, they feel that she doesn't need them, from what I remember, because of the mainly because of the cancer treatments and whatnot. They didn't want to do any kind of eye shots that could cause issues with the chemo running through her body. So they were like, we'll just hold off until things get a little bit better. So that's been put on hold by the doctors. Yes, I was too tired and too sore to take her. A&T was supposed to be Tuesday. Okay, I don't remember Tuesday. I'm lucky to remember yesterday. Uh, um, I think Jerry talked to her brother not too long ago. Um, well, kicking, she really didn't feel like she needed to go. That and I was not feeling good that day. I didn't say anything about lifting her. I helping her into the car, in and out of the car sometimes, because sometimes I have to hold the wheelchair in place so she can get it in and out of the car without any, issues of the wheelchair trying to scoot out from underneath her, which has happened once. Oh, ow, ah, sorry. Foot cramping up and going numb. Um, I've never had any of the doctors drop either one of us from their programs. So she gets new doctors because the doctors that she has sends her to specialists for one reason or another. So I have no idea what you're talking about, Diane. I mean, like I said, I've never heard of her getting dropped because of missing out on her appointments. I know, kicking. I know. Well, I know that a lot of their words are true, but some of them seem to be true on my channel. But when they go after their own channel, that's a different story. Mm, yeah, Amy, we see you. Diane, she is being honest. If you think otherwise, go on your merry way. Or yeah, if you think she's not, go on your merry way. I know what goes on in my house. I know what goes on with my mom and my wife. I see both their records. Hmm. Well, mom can roam around the house as she please. She has already agreed to take the upstairs two rooms and bathroom for her area until she gets either a tiny house or what we're looking at, recreational trailer. We looked at a couple of them online. Mom seems to be interested in those because it's just the trailer. There's no engine part. Okay, Jerry, not a problem. I'm about ready to do it myself. Um, yeah, some of the fifth wheels did look interesting. So it's the only thing with the fifth wheel is we would need a pickup truck to move it, and we don't have something like that. And the only thing I can think of is like if we go through Campers World, they'll deliver it to us. Um, so it's one of those like, yeah. Hey Nelly, sorry I didn't give you a lot of time or contact you directly. Um, it's been a crazy week. Um, yes, Hajdar, and I'm hoping to get rid of a bunch of them because I'm fed up with it. I'm really fed up with that. Um, yeah, that's what I was told is they can move it for us. Um, and yes, Queen, I know they are kind of pricey. That's why um, we're we're dealing with things on our end. Nothing to be concerned about. We're being smart about this. Not much, Nelly. Not much. Um, yes, Mona, I know, and I don't know why you're thinking I'm talking about you being a bully because that's not what I was trying to say. Um, well, it's not really bigger. It's actually the house is actually a couple square feet smaller than this one, but because of its design, the fact that it's a two-story with a full basement, it gives a lot more room to store stuff and that kind of stuff, those kind of things. So I am. You know, I'm happy with it. It just it feels right. I don't know how to explain it any more than that. It just feels. Oh, sorry. It just feels like a right. It feels like the right feel or the right comfort. Okay, yeah, 500 square foot loss. Um, well, I can tell you this much. I mean, between all the storage space in the basement, it's open. The basement is basically an open concept, so I can build or put together shelving units and whatnot for storage. It's already got a pretty good sized storage room in the basement as is. The little garage that's attached to the house, it basically has plenty enough room for outdoor stuff. Um, and I personally don't think we have all that much stuff, especially since we've been downsizing a fair bit. Scarf, scarf. What scarf? There's no scarf behind me. Um, the new house has a basically a one car garage, but it has a two car parking spot. What do you call it now? Basically the same thing I have here. You know, it's just a covered area for the cars. Um, Never knew when a girl is gonna get blocked around here. Yes, Jesus was a carpenter. Um, well, Diane, that's actually open for discussion right here. Because the discussion is basically oh hey hippie mama, is where who's going to get what room for what purpose. Mom's going to have a room upstairs for her bedroom basically, and then there's also a pretty good sized room up there for a living space. Um, we were kind of discussing like putting up a giving her a 2.5 or 3.5 cubic refrigerator for her soda and some cold snack items for her, and maybe even putting a microwave up there for her to like make popcorn or whatever, fend for herself type food. Even though I'm going to try to make it where um, then maybe 1 or 2 days per week is going to be fend for yourself. The other 5 days I'll probably be cooking. You know, J and Sally too. This is all said with love, but please just get off of YouTube. Stop. I understand what you're saying, hippie mama. The thing is, I've been trying, and I'm probably going to have to get rid of a lot of people to steer my channel back to the way it was when I first started. Um, but I've got too many people who want to keep me from doing that. Probably because of the fact that if I go back to the way it was, there will be very little to no drama for them to feed off of. Um, my lower back is still kind of twinging, and my sciatica is running down my right leg, causing my right foot to become a bit numb. and to end that weird tingly feeling. Yes, carport. Thank you very much. And no, that's not a scarf. That's actually a tapestry. It is of Nordic origin. I've talked about it before. It's basically it's got runic symbols all over it, which people are like, "Oh, that's the devil's work." No, it's not. It's runes. It's runic or rune writing, and it's supposed to be the capture of Finrin, the basically one of the number of different bad guys in Norse mythology that's supposed to herald in Ragnarok. Um, so, um, yeah. And in fact, it was either Nellie or Sheila that sent it to me, I do believe. But it was gifted to me because the person who gifted it to me, knew I was into the Norse mythology due to my ancestry. Um, why is it a better place? Man, um, all the built-ins. It just feels right. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just gonna say supernatural feeling. So I just feel this is a good fit. Um, no, we're not sticking mom in a trailer, and it has not changed. What it is mom is hoping to be able to find a trailer or a tiny house with enough um, insulation or heat control for her to live in comfortably. We're not kicking her out. This was a her choice. And the main reason why is she doesn't want to live too far away from us. She'd rather live in the same property or whatnot. She knows that she cannot handle living inside the house with us because of the dog. Um, we like our temperature a little bit colder than she does. She wants temperature at like 75 or above. We're happy with 68, as a high, and 66 is a low. Um, because I'm very warm blooded. I can handle the cold. Jerry, because of her medical conditions, is always running hot and she needs cold. So yeah, um, I am Nordic. My ancestry came from a lot of different Nordic controlled countries, not only their own homelands, but a bit of Britain or England, known as the Dane Laws. Look up your history. They also ran. They also started basically what we now call Russia. Um, but I've got like Danish. I've got Nordic, Norway, German, a bit of Britain from the Danelaw area. Um, what is it? See if I can remember my last DNA report. It was Germanic, Britain. Well, I'm not going in order, so don't think that's the order. But um, Germanic, Britain, Dutch, Swede, Finn, Nordic or Norway, um, Scotland, Ireland, Britain. Those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head. So yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to. No, it's not a dragon. It's actually supposed to be a wolf. No, it's Finrin in the Nordic mythology. He is basically a child of Loki and some giantess, some ice giant or something like that. Um, so yeah, I do have. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry, Then I have this one, which is actually a dragon boat from Norse mythology. I don't remember exactly what it represents, but it's supposed to be a ship that takes bad guys, basically bad warriors, to Helheim. Um, so, all right, I'm jumping over a bunch of the comments because they're looking a little ridiculous. Yeah, I am what my father called the Heinz 57 because I got a little bit of everything. So it's funny. It's fun, but well, the way she's been acting lately, yeah. But we decided to name her after oh my, the goddess Freya of Norse mythology. Um, well, no, because if you knew about Loki, yeah, I don't think anybody would want to name their pet Loki unless they're like a really sneaky, conniving little animal. Because that's basically what Loki is he's a god of mischief and lies. Um, no, not that. Well, that's the thing is one of the rooms in the new house we're either going to do like Nordic, Gothic, or well, Jerry wants one of the rooms for Harry Potter, so one of the rooms will be Harry Potter. The other room will be like Norse Gothic, Renaissance type look. Um, so that is one of the things we want to do with one of the rooms. She wants to turn the kitchen into what she's calling a B room. So it's going to have like honeycomb flooring and tiling and B decor. So yeah. Well, that's one of the things that we're trying to figure out what we're doing, because there's one room in the house that's like one gigantic room from one end to the other. So it looks like it was originally set up to be like a living room, dinette type area. So I think what we're going to do, since if we take one room and turn it into a sitting room, which is going to have the TV and all that kind of fun stuff, the big giant room, one half of it's going to be like possibly my area, and the other half is going to be like probably for the kitchenette type thing or a eat-in kitchen. Um, so there's a lot of things that we're thinking about for the house, but at this point in time, nothing's really set in stone because one, Jerry hasn't really seen the house for herself. She's only seen pictures and images and FaceTime walkthrough. Um, she didn't get the feel for the rooms or anything like that. So that's what we're looking at. Um, uh, let's see here. Sorry, Cozy. I didn't mean to skip any questions. If you want to repost it, I'll look for it. Well, her first name is Oreo because that's what my mom and Jerry decided to name her. But I decided I wanted to throw in a middle name and call her Freya. So it's Oreo Freya Henson. Um, so actually Oreo from food because Oreo cookies happens to be one of Jerry Ann's favorite cookies. Um, yes, I'm still in the crystals. Um, in fact, I gotta sit down and figure out how to pack them because I have crystal display cases, and it's like, okay, I need to wrap the crystal and put it back in the display case, but make sure that it's not so overstuffed that the glass cracks or breaks. So yeah, yes, I am. I'm done with the Well, Jerry Ann's a bigger fan than I am, but we're both Harry Potter fans. She had back when she was 50 a Harry Potter themed birthday, and we tried to decorate some of the rooms with Harry Potter type stuff. So she's thinking she wants to do that. She wants to do a Harry Potter type room, and I think what we might end up doing, or in my mind, of course, we'll talk about this later. In my mind, that big old front room, I think if we take like paint the whole room like not really a gothic motif, but like half the ceiling be like stormy clouds, while the other half be just like clear crystal night with moon and stars. Um, and then like the part that's going to be stormy, I think what we'll do is what I'm thinking about doing, or thinking that we could do, is turn that into the Harry Potter area, while the other side has a clear night sky with stars and whatnot for the apothecary or something like that. So we're thinking about different ideas. Um, so yeah, I do not have a dragon. I saw a couple nice looking little hand-sized dragons to put out. Um, well, the thing is, it does sound pricey, but we have a lot of different fairy twinkle lights, and we have the skill to paint and whatnot. So all we have to do is buy paint and whatnot, and use basically what we have because we have a lot of Harry Potter type stuff. So yeah, it's going to be one of those like do it little by little. Um, I don't know if the former owners put like in our bathroom here, we've got flooring that looks like bumblebee hive, the octagon like bumblebee type deal. Um, so if they did something like that, all we have to do is decorate. Now, if they didn't, then we have to do some adjustments here and there. So yeah, yes, I kind of noticed that because there's a lot of things on YouTube. There's a lot of things on Instagram. Um, and Pinterest that are just like B type things, and it's like okay, that's probably where Jerry got the idea in the first place. I don't know. Um, yeah, okay. Yes, I wonder why. Um, Probably because they're not following, they weren't following the three main rules. Granted, the very first one, which is basically nothing about me and Jerry, um, we haven't gotten into a lot of deep things. We've just simple questions. That's fine and dandy. But asking or constantly hampering us about things that we don't want to answer, I don't go for that. Um, Same with finances. I don't want to talk about finances. Politics is another thing that I don't want to talk about on here. But every so often, if it's not me, it's somebody else that mentions something about politics, and I have to wait to see where it goes. And earlier in my own video, in my own channel, things were going in a direction I didn't want to go, and thankfully somebody steered it back towards what I really wanted to talk about. So it's just one of these things where it's like, um, actually, I was thinking about, since that basement is pretty open, that maybe downstairs in the basement, if we don't use it for something else, that was going to be my Dungeons and Dragon themed room. Because if I can get people who want to play Dungeons and Dragons face to face instead of over the internet, I have the space. I have ideas. But like I said, a lot of these ideas are kind of like, right now they're just ideas. They're things that may or may not happen, and they may take a while to do. So I can't tell you what rooms are going to be what, or how we're going to do this room or that room until it happens. So yeah. Hold on. Uh, are you still going to share the same house? We are going to share the same house until mom gets what she wants to live in and has it set up um, on the property. Um, we're trying to. Nope, I'm not going to talk about it. That right there is a way of trying to get me to talk about finances. No, 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 no. Same with Angela and Miss Williams. You're trying to get us to talk about finances. No, no. Um, we're not going to talk about that. Uh, we can get back to anything as long as it doesn't pertain to any of the three items I said not to, we're not going to talk about. Um, and since I've already said it multiple times today, I'm not saying it no more. If somebody if somebody disappears, it's probably because of the fact that they were trying to get me to talk about certain things that I said no. Uh, and mom does have a say. Mom does have a say, and these are things that we've already talked about. We've already talked about us living in the big house while mom lives in whatever she wants to or whatever she can afford to. We're not saying she's going to move out of the house right away. She's going to live in the house until other things pan out. All right, I missed some. I'm jumping down to the bottom, so if I missed your comments, I'm sorry. I have to try to keep up with this in order to keep in control. Uh, well, Lisa, if you can't make sense of some of the things that are happening on this channel, that's your problem, not mine. Uh, Nelly knows. Let's see here. Mona, we do take care of ourselves. It just doesn't look like it to a lot of people. Um, uh, You're talking about a past incident that was an accident. Okay. Well, I don't think mom wants any. Well, I think mom's leaving the house to us to decide on how we're going to do it. But we will, you know, we will probably hold off on doing all any of that kind of decor until after mom is situated in what she wants to be situated in. Um, I'm not forcing mom to have anything the way we want it. Um, but like I said, she's got two rooms upstairs to do whatever she wants with. We've got our room. Well, I don't know how many rooms we're going to call ours to do with as we please until mom leaves. It's it's between the three of us. Um, I'm not going to sit here and debate with you on how mom wants it. She can pipe up and tell what she wants and whatnot, and that's one thing or another. Um, Marianne, you don't know where the money's coming from, and you guessing at it is one, it's preposterous. Two, you don't know jack shit beyond the videos, so don't assume you know anything. Um, Miss Lisa, I do have finances. All right, I might be struggling with them, but you know what? No, you're done because you're trying to get me to talk about it. One day at a time, Susan. One day at a time. Just like the old question is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Like I said, grateful. One bite at a time. Anyhow, besides all the good stuff going on with the house and whatnot, there's some other good things happening for me, especially. Um, I am well, actually, all of us, because I'm the basically the chief cook right now until Jay can cook our be able to cook, which we're gonna figure out. Um, I am trying to switch our diets over to healthy food. Um, the biggest problem with healthy food, especially in today's world and economy, is how expensive fruits and vegetables are becoming compared to meats and other such foods, milk, eggs, yep, the whole line, the whole shebang. And I am only way I can put it is the economy of today, and this is not just in America. This is worldwide. Um, it's really hard to live on a healthy lifestyle unless you're growing your own produce or have chickens for eggs and meat, let alone a cow or two. Um, I've always thought about a hobby farm, but that was when I was younger and wanted to live off the lay of the land, but realized I don't have those kind of skills. I'm happy to be like by myself and alone, um, but I, I I don't always have the provisions. All right, you're done. Uh, See, I think I'm gonna end up doing the same thing Jerry's thinking about doing if I can figure out how to do it. I'm not gonna have these lives anymore if people are gonna be, downers. There's enough things in this world to be downers about. I don't need it on my channel. I really don't. Thank you, Cozy Nest. Um, but hi, Michelle. I see. This is the reason why when I cut people out, I don't want them to come back because then they come back and they haven't changed. They haven't learned a freaking lesson. So I'm done. Um, eh, if you can't be nice in here, don't be in here. If you're not gonna listen to just three simple freaking rules, I don't want you in here. Right? I don't care if that cuts my. Yep. One, your name alone. Thank you. Uh, See, it's a simple thing. All right. I try to be nice to you guys, and either you don't be nice here in my channel, or you go off to a different channel, which I don't give a shit about, and cut me apart. That's fine, Danny. You can do that on a different channel. You don't need to be here to do it. All right. I put a couple people in timeout thinking they'd learn their lesson, but if they come back the next day and they want to be the same way they were today, that's fine. Bye. I'm done. I've been trying to be nice, but you people don't want me to be nice, so I'm done with you guys. I'm done with the people who don't want to be nice. It's simple as that. Simple as that. Lisa, you don't know me. This is nice. You want to see me get upset? Piss me off. Hit the red button. Make sure I'm not taking my fucking meds. Really? Then you don't. No. shit, I'm out of tea. I have moderators, Nellie, my wife, my mom, that know me and know what I want for a channel. They know I'm tired of the negativity. I'm tired of the bullying. I'm tired of the BS. Okay, I decided to create three simple rules. No talk about politics, financing, or Jan. Y'all want to ignore it, and I, fine. You want to ignore my simple rules? You don't have to be in my channel. If you need me to post it so you can read it every time you come to my channel, fine and dandy. I'll be happy to post it. Thing is, y'all think I'm a joke. Y'all think I'm an idiot. Y'all think I'm just some dumbass idiot putting himself on YouTube so you can make fun of me. No, no. If you knew anything about me, you would know I am very intelligent on a lot of different subjects. Unfortunately, some of these subjects are just way too far out there for most average people. I'm not average. I'm not below. I'm not really above average. I'm just an individual human being with a lot of different likes and ideas and things that I read, things that I'm interested in, things that I do. I'm not on here for, a big old, like, pride and joy celebrity over, something I may or may not have accomplished. No, no. It's not for my pride. It's not for my ego. It's just for having fun. Problem is, a lot of people's idea of having fun is poking fun at the person who's on YouTube. You do it to my wife, you do it to me. I'll be damned if I let you do it to my mom. And I don't care what you say on here. I really don't. Because your actions and your words that you've already put out there on your channel and my channel prove you to be wrong. Now, as for you guys talking amongst yourself, I don't care. I don't care as long as it doesn't sound like rude behavior because I'm just done with it. Well, then, truth comes blessings. I'm happy you didn't see it, but I did. See, you see things, most human beings see things on the line. I read between the lines. I was raised in the military. I was taught BS 101 when I was 5 years old. I can tell just by reading between the lines what kind of person the bad ones are. You know, my father, my father, between his upbringing in Chicago during the 40s and 50s and 60s, he is capable of smooth talking an Eskimo into buying a refrigerator. An Eskimo don't need no dang refrigerator. He's got plenty of cold air, ice, and snow, and all that nastiness. You don't need that freaking refrigerator. But my dad could convince him he did. Oh, why was Hajdar put into a timeout? Just watch some of the other channels. Besides that, their sweet talking is, yeah, it's like pouring bitter sweets and oils into somebody's ear. And if you don't understand that reference, go read your Bible. No, Amy, I'm not ending the live because that's what they want me to do, and I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for their subtitle subduing whatever. You know what? I can't even pronounce your name. I am so sorry. Um, I'm just gonna call you Mac. Yeah, that's fine. You want to unsub? That's fine. That's your choice. If you don't like the way things are, that ain't that's not my problem. One, I don't beat around the bush. No, Daddy didn't raise somebody to do that. You know, I don't beat around the bush. I freaking tear it down and burn it because there's no reason for. I mean, no, an Eskimo in Alaska. See right there, truth. You're joking around about something when I'm trying to be serious. Oh my god. Well, Martin, I'm glad you were. I don't keep track of when I'm happy, but um, uh, boy. Well, today I didn't know what I was going to cook at first, and I actually decided to experiment. And I was surprised how well it came out because it was basically I took a box of rice roni chicken flavor, grilled up some chicken, cut it up, and then I turned it into basically a type of fried rice. So basically, I cooked up the rice roni the way it's supposed to be cooked. And at the end of cook time, there's usually a little bit of moisture on the bottom, and I scrambled up a pair of eggs into it. Added a little bit of teriyaki sauce, some ginger, some onion salt, and garlic salt, and it actually came out really good, and everybody enjoyed it. Um, and the thing was is usually when I make that dish, it's usually with ground beef instead of cut up chicken. So it was like, oh, let's do an experimentation, see how it tastes like with chicken, since I already had the chicken defrosted. So that's basically what was dinner. That was tonight's dinner. Apple pie, hot Alamo with caramel sauce. Sorry, you guys are talking about desserts, and that came across my brain like, what? Um, I have been known to do a couple of cooking dishes, and I'm hoping when we get to the new place, because right now I'm not really in the frame of mind for doing cooking videos because it takes a few more steps than this. But I'm hoping once we get to the new place, I can set up my camera just right and I can do better cooking videos. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do that soon. Chop suey. Now I don't know how to make chop suey. Um, Most of the dishes that I know how to make either came from experience or just happenstance. Get lucky and make a really good dish out of basic ingredients. It must be something in the genes because um, most of the Hensons I know are really good cooks. I mean, my father, um, my aunt Lee. Of course, she's not a Henson by birth. She's a Henson by marriage. But um, yeah, most of the Hensons I know um, are decent cooks. Are really good. Well, decent, good. I consider myself a rank amateur. Not good enough for professional work, but good enough to delight my family and maybe every so often a guest or two. Do, 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 New meal pan. Yeah, we're gonna have to be doing that because, well, yeah. Um, when, if mom moves into a tiny home or a trailer or something like that and lives on the property that we're getting, I'm hoping that she comes over for dinner because my biggest worry with mom not living basically in the same house um, is her not eating properly or enough, especially after what the doctor has said about her um, eating habits. She's not getting enough calories, or I forgot what it was. Yes, Debbie, new house. Uh, have a couple inspections to go through. Yes, we do. Yes, she is living upstairs. The idea is for her to live upstairs until she decides what she wants to do. Whether she wants to move into a tiny house or something like that on the property or stay upstairs. It's right now, it's not a total decision. Oh man, you haven't had Chinese food in 2 years? Wow. Sorry about that, cozy dude. Uh, what about tornadoes? I'm not really worried about tornadoes. The area that we live in, it's kind of weird the way the area we live in. It's like here comes a tornado down 44, up down 44, and it seems like right as it's getting to the outskirts of Rolla, it stops, jumps over, and restarts on the other side of St. James or somewhere between us and St. James. And it's like, okay, we hear the sirens. We don't hear the rumbling. We don't hear the train noise. We don't hear nothing. We just hear the sirens, and that's it. So I feel in a way that we're kind of blessed that we have never had to deal with a major tornado in the Rolla area. I mean, it hits all around us on the outskirts of town and whatnot, but never in the areas we lived in Rolla. Um, so it's weird. Yes, tornadoes do happen here in Missouri. Um, Sticky. I've made sticky rice. I've never made dim sum. I love the fried dumplings. They don't have to be fried; just the dumpling itself. I really love those. I mean, the ones we get here in Rolla, I can literally stick the whole thing in my mouth and eat it, and not have to worry about choking. So let's see here. Yes, yes. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I want her to stay closer to us, so she can have healthy food or healthy meals all the time. She loves my egg sandwiches that I make for her every day. So it's one of those like, if it wasn't for little things that are disturbing, like the dog barking, I'm pretty sure she would probably stay with us, but or try to stay in the same house. The good thing about her living upstairs is smoke rises, so we won't get too much of her smoke coming down to us, and heat rises. So in the wintertime, she'll be warmer than we are downstairs. So it's kind of like one of those. It's a good thing she's upstairs because of those two factors. That and cold air falls, and we like it cooler than she does. So it's like one of these perfect, combinations. So, sorry, I make noise. Have you thought for working at Fort Leonard Wood? No. A lot of after 9/11, a lot of military bases stopped using civilians for on base purposes. Now they'll use civilians off base, or they allow the different restaurants or food eateries deliver on base, but Fort Leonard Wood does not have very much for civilian workers, for I know. Of course, I haven't looked at into it in a long time. So yeah. Are you okay with? I am actually. You know what? I thought about it, and what I decided was, if we get a camper, and I'm saying this as in, who knows what's going to happen in the future if we're going to have a camper or not. But I figured we can always take vacations and whatnot to Colorado, and I'll be happy with that. You know, right now I'm just so ecstatically happy with the new house and the potentials for decor and activities. So I'm like, I'm not like mad that we're not moving to Colorado, because I figured, hey, you know, go visit anytime we feel up to it. Let's see here. Sorry. Um, well, that's the thing. Well, actually, Debbie, I don't know what you're exactly what you're asking, but a tiny home or even a trailer, if it's bolted down just right, let's say, it don't move that often unless you get really, really heavy winds. And if she is living in a tiny house or a trailer that might shimmy or shake, and if she gets nervous about it, she's within walking distance to the house. So I'm not like totally worried about her living in one of those. As long as I can keep an eye on her, and that kind of thing, I'm not too worried. Tornadoes can be unpredictable, and with the changing climate and a lot of different things that are happening due to the sun, pollution, the destruction, the wholesale destruction of the planet, basically. Everything about nature is unpredictable. I mean, I got rabbits running around my yard. They're, you know, nature could make it where they decide to attack my dog. Who knows? Maybe I've just watched too many M Night Shyamalan's. Um, well, Stacy, that's something that we'll have to worry about in the future. Right now, we're not worried about it. Um, don't know if a little house outside is going to be dangerous. I mean, shit. Your house that you're living in, if you were living in what we call Tornado Alley, um, tree collapses, takes out half your house. What are you going to do then? You know, you cannot be in. You cannot sit and be afraid of what nature is going to do. All you can do is sit back, relax, watch what she's doing, and make your decisions. Tornado comes, you have a safe room, right? If you have a basement, you can take one of the corners of the basement and make it your safe room. Some people say no, you want to be in the middle. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to be up against one of the walls because when the house comes down, it's going to come down like this, and you're more likely to survive if you're up against one of the walls or in the corner, which is actually the best place to be. Um, so I'm not worried about it. Oh no, Nelly, I would not. If we were having tornado issues or anything like that, even if we weren't getting like the sirens or whatnot, we're getting just warnings or watches. Mom would be in the house with the rest of us. I would not let her stay out there. Yeah, Mom wouldn't want to go to Colorado. That's why we were looking for places in southern Colorado or northern New Mexico where it doesn't get too cold or too hot. But we're actually happy with. I'm happy. I don't know about Mom, but I'm happy with the house we're buying. I'm pretty sure Mom is too. Because why would Mom want to be putting money down on a house if she didn't like it? You know. And no, Mom's not going to be paying for the whole thing. We're working on several different angles for me to be able to have money coming in my name because at this point in time, we figured out that Jerry and her current income would be able to take care of probably about 90 to 95% of the bills. And Mom, if she was in a tiny house, she said she would pay us rent. And I was like, let's not worry about that until we get to that point. So yeah, I'm not too worried about things. Um, Hold on a second, folks. I'm sorry. How long have I? Come on. Okay, I need to be getting off this soon. I have to get up early in the morning to take Mom to her eye doctor appointment at 9:30 in the morning, which um, me up before 10 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Um, but we'll see. Um, okay. Wow. She doesn't have a clearance to be working on base with munitions. Now, that I find very hard to believe because she's working in an area where, well, I'm not trying to say that she would do this, but let's just say if you're a civilian working near munitions or anything like that that can go boom, you have to have a clearance, from what I know. So, yeah. No, no. I didn't say she was. I always said that if she gets a tiny house, she offered. And personally, If she's living in a tiny house on the same property and I don't need the money, guess what? I'm not going to take it. Besides, again, that's something between me and mom. Um, so get your facts straight. Glad to see you too, Brenda. Um, okay, you guys are taking my words and twisting them. I didn't say that she had to pay rent. I said she offered to pay rent. There's a difference. Right, Nelly, sorry. Um, no, Diane, I did not say. You know what? Done. Dun 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 dun. I am not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with people twisting my words. I'm not dealing with people who don't want to listen. Well, coziness, I agree with you. The problem I have is I've gone through a lot of bad with church, not the Bible, the church, and I feel that the church is no longer viable for my my heart. Um, what I find is that if people were to read the Bible and leave the church out of it, because Jesus didn't have a church, he had a place that somebody would offer him to use to break bread with his disciples and maybe teach, spread the good word. Churches nowadays are either interested in money or you're just being in the pew. They really don't seem, it's like more and more people would rather be in a church that wants to try to be part of like politics. That's why I believe the separation of church and country are important because the leaders of a country can negatively influence people. And if they have too much influence in the church, they're going to negatively influence the church. And that's why I'd rather stay at home, read my Bible, study, cross reference, all that fun stuff, which I want to get back to because I've been away from it too long. Um, hey, Bluegrass is in here. Um, do, 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 do. Well, Bluegrass, if you're talking about Jesus, yes. As for a physical building, don't know. I've had too many negative experiences. Um, bye bye, Robin. If you only knew how much work I actually do. Well, I'm gonna put a song out there, Bluegrass, that you may know. I can't remember the name of the author that who did this song, but the song is basically called "Reckless Love," and I love that song. It's like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I cry when I listen to it. I really do. Yeah, you can put it that way. Bluegrass. Yeah, you know. Unfortunately, this body, or how you put it, this temple is kind of broken down, wrecked, crumbling, and most likely haunted. Not trying to put Christians aside or anything like that, but it's just the way I feel from time to time. Um, See, there we go. We're twisting words. Okay, I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. If anybody mentions it again, I will remove you. If we needed the money and mom offered, yes, maybe I would take care of it, but I would not ask her to pay me rent unless she felt it was necessary. So no, I'm not making her pay anything. Yeah. Oh yeah. We could bluegrass. We could have our own church out in nature. Um, where was I? BLG. Oh, I keep on forgetting about that. That's a good way to put it there, Cozy Nuts. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, um, but she's paid her. I'm sorry, I am tired of repeating myself. Um, no, Mom, that was not Mercy Me. It was somebody else. The song is called "Reckless Love." Um, I'm surprised Jerry Ann hasn't chimed in. Um, there's plenty of times Jesus did not have walls and he had church, or did his sermons, however you want to put it. Because that's what he was put here for, to basically preach, preach, speak about the good word, about heaven, about his fathers, about the rewards in heaven. He did not need walls. I mean, he did the Sermon on the Mount. There was no walls. He did the sermon when they were doing the feeding of the I can't remember, basically with the seven loaves and whatever fish. Um, so church does not need walls. Church needs people. People don't need walls. There was plenty of times we didn't have walls. We had grass and giant leaves to cover up with. We didn't have a building. Um, it's in the works. They've got the. I did the paperwork. I filled out. I okay. Let me tell you the story that basically finally got me, finished with DSS. I went one day with the paperwork. Unfortunately, I had mom and the dog with me, so I wasn't going to go in there and wait for a very long time. I went in there. I got my number, and I sat down, and I was like, "This is going to take forever." All I'm trying to do is turn in some paperwork. So I went home, and then the next day I got up and went to DSS. I got my number. I'm like, number 8 again, and I waited. And when my number was finally called, I went up to the desk, and there was only one person working that day. It was lunchtime. Should have gone earlier. Should have gone later. I don't know. But um, I went in, sat down. She was handed the lady the paperwork. She looked at paperwork. She goes, "Can you punch in your social security?" So I was like, "Okay." I punched in my social security. She waited a few minutes. Something popped up on her computer screen. She looked at it and went, "Okay, we'll give you a call." And I went home. So now I'm just waiting for an answer, a letter, anything to say, "Yeah, you've got your insurance." So yeah, that's where I am with that. Um, there's a town here in Florida that has a section wherever, whenever, wherever is a preacher and has service. Cool. That's nice. I wish every state, if not town, had a spot in a park where they can have a preacher to do services. Um, I have not seen any good security jobs, and right now I should be looking right now, but I've been so busy with the house I haven't even looked. Right now I've been so busy with the house that I haven't even taken time to look at Indeed. So yeah. Do, 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 do. Was that our wedding song? No, our wedding song was by Stephen Curtis Chapman called shoot, I forgot. It was Burning Bridges or something. I don't know if it was Burning Bridges or no, it wasn't Burning Bridges. It was a different song, and I can't remember off the top of my head. And Jerry can shoot me later. Um, okay, thank you, Jerry. Um, um, oh, fun. Love and Learn. Why can't I remember that? Yes, it was Love and Learn by Stephen Carroll Chapman. And I'm sorry, Jerry, that I forgot that song. It's been such a long time since I've listened to Stephen Curtis Chapman. I've got so many other different artists that I listen to that it's crazy. Um, all right, Hank. Which particular incident are we talking about? Are we talking about the incident where you know mentioned her daughter? or is it something new? Because I honestly I can't keep up with a lot of things, and I'm sorry that she got hurt. I really am. I don't know how many times I can say it. Um, for me, because of my bipolarism and other health issues, I don't remember a lot of stuff. I mean, there are days where I go to sleep and the next morning I don't remember the day before. Um, sorry, my ear itches like crazy all of a sudden. Probably because I need to go to bed or something. Morning was talking about Jerry missing appointments. Okay, if it's that's Mona's concern that she missed her appointment, I am sorry about that. I can only do so much with my medical issues, let alone her medical issues. So I don't know what else to say besides I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I'm going to. I mean I don't know need these other people who are going to be like Sandra, Sandra. Sandra, let me ask you a question because I've worked with people like this. If you had somebody who done something without realizing what they'd done, and they apologize profusely and even offer to do whatever they can to rectify the mistake, would you go on with your comment that you just made if you knew that person was bipolar? Or let's say that person was autistic but did not look autistic. Would you be saying the same things? I don't think so. I have seen a real counselor pickleball. I've seen a real counselor. They've said I've got bipolarism. They gave me medication for bipolarism. They saw that I had manic depression, and they gave me medicine for manic depression. I've been on medication for for being suicidal. You know, I've I've gone through it all when it comes to mental issues, except for maybe bipolarism or not bipolarism, except for maybe autism or anything like that. But there are a couple of people who think I'm on the spectrum. So I'm going to be me. And I will apologize if people don't understand or can't handle it or just don't want to be forgiving. And I'm not aiming at any one particular person or persons. I'm aiming at to everybody on this channel right now. All I can say is if you can't handle who I am with all my issues and all my problems, there's the door. Don't let it split you with a good Lord hit you. And I probably just said that one backwards, but yes, my problems can be a lifelong issue. SYF. I know I need a psychiatrist. Right now, I can't get one. I was, but unfortunately, and there shouldn't be any buts there, but unfortunately, because of who I am, and I'm not used to having people as close as Jerry, let alone Mona and Hank, without feeling some insecurity. Dang it. Oh, fudge. Okay. I may have to go off soon anyhow because I just got a low bat warning. And my phone has been really funny with these charging cords. Okay. Hopefully that will do. Keep on looking for a handkerchief. Okay. You know what? This is what's going to happen right now. For those of you who think I'm not trying, well, you're wrong. For those of you who think you know me well enough to judge me or tell me how to do things or tell me that I don't have any health issues or anything like that, you're all wrong. Okay. I have grown up all my life with a disability of one form or another. Whether it's the military saying that I'm slow and dumb and stupid and won't go anywhere, they were wrong. For the time between the latter part of elementary school to high school, I was diagnosed multiple times with ADD, dyslexia, and one or more forms of learning disabilities. When I got into high school, I finally got a teacher who understood the problem, got down to the base roots of my issues, of my learning disability, and found out that no, I'm not slow, I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid. I'm quite intelligent person, but I react to things differently. I see things differently. I process things differently. By the time I was ready to basically drop out of high school because I got tired of it, because when you've lived in the military and you've been to different places and you learn things firsthand from those countries, you just get tired of repeating shit or getting mad at the teachers for not knowing the real pronunciation of a simple name like Stuttgart, not Studgard. It's really pisses me off when people judge me because they don't know me. And honestly, you do not know me. The only people who are on this channel right now that know me is my mom and my wife. Everybody else has gotten to learn about me, gotten to know me in different ways, but still don't know everything. I'm sorry to those folks like Nellie and Sheila, if she was on. They've gotten to know my likes, my interests, and they respond by sending me Nordic tapestries, or I had one person send me a mug, a skull mug, or at least it was a skull inside of a helmet that looked like a mug. Um, they got to know me well enough to know, oh, he likes this kind of stuff. Let's send it to him. Let's send it to him as a gift. I never asked for anything I've gotten. I've never sat there and went, oh, I want this, I want that. Can you get me this? No, no, I'm not that type of person. I would either rather go without or work my ass off for it. I don't like sitting around doing nothing, not earning money from an actual job. But because of my health conditions right now, I can't do most jobs out there. So if you don't like me because of who I am or what's going on in my head or what I actually am to you, well, you can leave. I don't need your patriotism. Because if you're going to sit here and make fun of me or sit here and gather information to go make fun of me, I don't want you around me. I really don't. I am tired of the negativity. I grew up 90% of my life with one form of negativity or another, and most of it was not caused by myself. It was caused by another person or group of people. I tried to go in the military. I made it halfway through basic training before my health and other issues caught up to me. I went and challenged myself by going into the military because I hated authority figures. I still hate people who think they have authority over me. It's why I don't like our government system. It's why I don't like the medical system. That's why I don't like the VA system, the Social Security system, or any other systems who think they have the right to have control of my life. Honestly, if I had the skills, I'd be hidden somewhere in the deep woods up north, shooting at anybody or everybody that got too damn close. Now, that being said, to Hank and Mona, I appreciated your offer of the camping trailer. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it's off the table because I fucked up. All right. I am sorry that Mona's hurting. I am sorry that you're upset because of that. I offer you, I offer my hand to you. You can accept it in friendship or ignore it. I never asked you guys for anything, and I was happy that you offered something. But the thing is, you should know, Mona, being a military child, living 3 years in different places for most of your life, your father should know that too. It's fucking tough. You're always a new kid someplace. You're always having to deal with changes. You're always having to deal with a hardship of one form or another because of those changes. Keeping friends is a bitch when you're in the military. At least it was for me. And it wasn't because of my attitude or my problems. It was because I had some good friends in Germany. I had some great friends in Germany. But we all went different directions when our parents basically left Germany. I was lucky to reconnect with one particular family when my father passed away. You know, you have two choices in life, especially as a military child: get tough or just get pissy. I got both. Sorry, bluegrass, but somebody bring out the worst in me, or the worst of me just came out because I am cloud in my coffee. I hope you're not being sarcastic because that's the one thing I don't really fucking need anymore. I hated the 10 years I was in New York. I hated that kind of sarcastic bullshit. Yes. Some of you, some of you got lucky and was born over here in the States. I was probably just as lucky, if not luckier, being born in the Philippine Islands, having two dual citizen. I mean, I had dual citizenship until my 18th birthday, and my father made sure that on that day I turned 18, that I was a U.S. citizen only. I still got both my Filipino and my American birth certificates. Yeah. Uh, the only thing that I hated about growing up in the military was Little Rock, Arkansas. It was the worst 3.5 years of my life. I'm not mad at Mona. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm mad. Well, no, I'll take that back. I'm not mad at Mona or Hank. I'm mad at all these other people who want to stir shit when there is no shit to stir. And if you want me to, I can name some of the people who stir shit. And it's not just here on my channel because most of those people are now blocked. But I know their channels. And they love coming here acting all nicey nice and they and they go off to their channels and be real royal. Hmm. I don't like getting this way. I don't. You know, it was this attitude that landed me in a health institute back in Arizona. You know. All right. I can't sing. I really can't sing that well. But Jerry's right. We need to shut down. I need to go to bed. Tomorrow's going to be a very busy day. We've got 9 o'clock, 9:30 appointment for mom. We've got our inspection at our new place. Um, um, no, avocado and bananas. There's she's. You know what? You're done. Told y'all that I was not going to put up with this kind of nonsense. Between um, um, anyhow, we are. But yeah, real quick, we are basically having a inspection at the new house to make sure it cover. It's doesn't need a lot of working on it or anything like that. It's just part of getting a new house. It has to be inspected to make sure that the insurance will cover um, things like that. So that's what I'm doing. Uh, so yeah, once I know what's going on with the inspection and whatnot, I will probably be back on here Saturday night unless I'm too excited. So until then, enjoy the rest of your week and into the weekend. Hopefully, you have a good one. Good night. See y'all later. Bye.